Well, we definitely saw some quick pockets of convection make their way across the Concho Valley, and that let you know how much moisture was being pulled up out of the atmosphere and then immediately being released as those skies cleared out. Now, that's that low pressure system that's moving over the panhandle and headed out to the east, where they're getting a lot more explosive as things continue to cool off. Right now, we're looking at the temperature change over the last 24 hours, how rapidly we're cooling off under that clear sky right now, dropping down a good 17 degrees over the last couple hours. Really, that stark contrast as we gently cooled off last night into those 50s, a good 20, if not 30-degree run today. And tomorrow looking even warmer, if not up into the 80s right now. 60 in San Angelo. Everybody else joining us in a combination of 60s and 50s. And we're really looking for those cold pockets right now as we continue to see some of this moisture make its way out of the Concho Valley. The cold spots right now still have been Sonora and Zona all day. While still seeing Junction be a bit more warm, but we're only looking at about an 8-degree spread across the entire region. That could grow largely as we continue to see some of these clear skies and those colder winds push in from the north, as those winds are turning out of the north right now. Humidity indices around the 50s off to the east, but off to the west, they're back down near those 30s while they're drying out. Of course, off to the east, we're still seeing some of those higher saturation points, and we'll see if any more storms kick off, but it doesn't look like we're going to see any more activity throughout the rest of the night as we make our way into this weekend. We're looking at some of the severe weather outlooks right now across the entire region, and of course, we're seeing where it's shaping up, really just targeting parts of East Texas. And when we look at the upper level pattern, that's going to continue to show us where this is going to move off to. This is that low pressure system finally moving off towards the east, but really targeting parts across the Gulf. While we're seeing some of those colder temperatures up towards the north, they're looking at a severe winter watch throughout the entire weekend. But as Sunday starts to come towards a close, we're going to see a lot more of this moisture make its way in with this colder air up to the north. That's going to be another winter storm pushing that way up near that region. Of course, that's that circulation of moisture. Then you see that really cold air move in behind it. That'll pull more moisture as it wraps again around, smashing into that cold air up to the north. This is again by Sunday, where we're going to see another storm taking aim at the west coast as we make our way through the rest of this weekend. Right now, this is the circulation we've been dealing with that thunderstorm activity we saw. This is the next storm taking aim really across the north, where they're going to see a lot of snow as a result of it. And then, of course, this is going to be that low pressure that pulls more moisture by the end of the weekend. We get a closer look at how this is going to fold out throughout the rest of the weekend. We're seeing a lot of this moisture push off to the east. There's that snowstorm we're talking about. Then, of course, we're looking back at this low pressure system. That's one that's going to pull that moisture back up from the Gulf. It creates another snowstorm really across the same path it just took. And then you see it explode in this line. This is again by about Sunday morning. We're seeing that ridging push back in. A lot of moisture on its way. Of course, we're looking at that southwesterly flow, and we'll see just how severe a lot of these storms get as a result. So tonight, dropping back down into the 40s, still seeing those cooler and clear conditions. Then tomorrow, warming up for a beautiful Friday. Hope your bracket's doing okay. I know I'm officially done, but we're going to continue to see how the games unfold as we see some of those beautiful temperatures all weekend. By Sunday, again, those storms are going to start pushing through pretty early, and then they're going to make their way out, and that's going to level us back down into those 70s, letting us know just, hey, how powerful this low pressure system is. Then we start to see that gradual warm up back up into those 80s, while those lows are still hanging out in that average range, but down in those 50s and 40s. Stay tuned. I'll have more up at the break. You're watching KSAN News at 10.